This is Dr. Alli Kane, and you're listening to my podcast, Happy, Healthy, Successful. On today's episode, we're talking to Bobby Troop, aka Bobby Working Harder. Hello, guys. Dr. Alli Kane here with my second episode of my podcast, Happy, Healthy, and Successful. I'm here with Bobby Troop, aka Bobby Working Harder, and I want to learn all about Bobby's business, Bobby's background, and what he defines for himself as being happy, healthy, and successful. So, Bobby, thanks for taking some time post-workout today to talk with me. Tell me a little bit about yourself, about your athleticism, your background, and what you're doing now.
I grew up playing sports, like in high school, played pretty much everything I could, like there's no break in between seasons, like went back to back to back. Really liked football and basketball, ended up playing football in university. Going into university, I went to Laurier and I played 3 seasons there, dressed 2 of them, and then my brother was coming out of high school, we wanted to play together. He didn't want to come to Laurier, I wasn't really enjoying myself there, so transferred, and I went to Acadia with my brother Thomas, and ended up playing 3 seasons there as well. I had to sit out my first year, so then I had 3 seasons after that, so I maxed out my eligibility and had a lot of fun.
Had a lot of fun. So football was your major sport.
Yeah.
You just finished up your last season, was it last year, 2015 or 16?
I guess it would have been 2015.
2015.
Yeah.
And then, so you came back from Acadia.
Yeah, right about this time last year.
And what'd you do?
My dad runs his own business, so I started working for him. And finishing football, like having that heavy background in sports and competing and working out and stuff like that, I didn't want to. And most of the time when guys finish playing sports in university or they retire from playing pro football or anything like that, they end up gaining a bunch of weight, and I didn't want to do that, and I knew I would easily do that, so I decided I'd try out CrossFit, met you, met Greg, met the crew, and it was just sort of, that's what it's been ever since.
Yeah. So did you have a background in weightlifting and in CrossFit style fitness before you showed up for CrossFit?
Just the Alli stuff, like a lot of front squats, back squats, cleans, but that was pretty much it.
Mm-hmm.
Just a lot of time in the gym.
What attracted you to show up to CrossFit?
Just the fact that you're training with a pretty big group of people. So it's like sort of the same environment that you would get playing football, like you're training with the guys in the gym, you're training with a group of people, you're pushing each other, and that it's sort of something else you can compete at, like on a day in, day out basis with the workouts and stuff, like competing against everyone else in the class or whatever, so
okay,
it's something new to learn.
So over the last year a big changing from going from football to and being a student to being working 9 to 5 every day and working out is more of a hobby than a sport. What's the biggest change you've noticed in yourself?
Well, I've lost weight. And I just sort of for me, like even when I was at university, working out was like a 2-hour window of my day that was non-negotiable. Like it's like, okay, I have to do this, and this, but I have to work out, and those are the 2 hours of my day, and so I still treat it like that. But like the biggest change is just that like I sort of see the value of being healthy more like on an everyday basis. Like my dad was just in a pretty serious accident, and the fact that he works out 2 or 3 times a week, like. And then spending time with him in the hospital and seeing how there are a lot of people that are unhealthy, like he was in a rehab hospital, and there are all these people that have had diabetes and had to have limbs cut off. And it's like, well, if you just make some simple different choices in your life, you wouldn't be sitting there in a chair with your leg out, not that it's that simple for some people, but, like instead of eating a bag of chips every night, you can eat something else or just not eat the bag of chips, or instead of drinking pop every day, drink water. Like they're simple changes that add up, and like that you really just can't put a price on good health.
Good health. Would you say that your dad, being as strong as he is and making those simple, daily habits, that because he was in this accident, that he had that much more room to fall. So he was that much stronger, so
100%.
he wasn't impacted
Yeah,
as much. I hear you, and I know as CrossFit coaches, we talk to people about longevity, as you said, and making those simple daily changes, like showing up to the gym for 30 to 60 minutes, making good health choices so that you can push off the nursing home 10 or 20 years, so that we ward off all of those metabolic diseases that plague our society.
There's so much stuff that's avoidable just by working out or like being active and making healthy choices.
I think that's pretty mature of you, being just 1 year out of university, to be making those choices for yourself, because I've seen a lot of student athletes graduate and really find themselves lost because you don't have that sport, which is what you defined yourself as. Bobby the football player, Alli the basketball player. What would you say? Have you found a new definition for yourself, or do you where do you feel like you are right now?
Just sort of, actually, it took me. That's a like finishing football. I was like that. Like I was like, oh, like what the heck, like and you sort of do some soul searching and you drink a lot with all the guys that are done or whatever, right? But like now I'm just content with just being me. Like I like working out, so I come work out every day. I like taking care of myself, so I take care of myself every day. Like I'm not like pigeonholing myself into just one thing. Like I'm just sort of like I'm me, and that's sort of whatever I choose to be type thing now at this point. So
I really like that. I really like that, and I actually think we were looking at a mutual friend of ours, Vince Luciani. He's just started a coaching program, and I think he said something very, very similar. Like you are, Bobby the football player, and you're Bobby the Alliance Home employee. You're Bobby the friend, the brother, the son, the boyfriend. But you can be all those things and be content with who you are, and so defining yourself as just you.
Like I think, like, and I was talking to, like, some of the guys that they're finishing up this year, and they're like, it's really weird being done. Like, it takes a little while, but you'll get used to it. And like football is not the be all and end all, right? Like, so it's just coming out of it, and just being like, I'm still the same person. I'm just not playing football anymore, or I'm not playing basketball anymore, or whatever. I'm still just making that choice of like, I'm not going to let one thing make or break who I am.
Right, that's wonderful. That's beautiful. Would you say that for you, CrossFit or working out filled the void of football, or that life is progress and this is just the next step in your life and in your personal growth?
I would say it's filled a bit of a void, but I mean, regardless of if I hadn't done CrossFit, I probably, like, you're sort of finishing up and you're like, well, what am I going to do after? Because I still want to work out. I'd rather get in, like when you're in university, you can't afford to be like eating, you're on a budget. So you're not, I'm like, now I have a job, I'm still on a budget, but I can afford a little more. So it's like, okay, I can eat better now. I can, sort of pick and choose what I want to do. And my schedule is like 9 to 5 and then whatever I want after that. So I was like, I'm going to be doing something, like whether it be starting to get into Olympic lifting, competitively, or something just to compete, because I think just competing at some level, or just like coming to the gym every day and competing against Greg and Jordan and you and everything like that, like that's either way, like
that keeps you content.
You need to like somehow get up, get something to get you out of bed every day, and sort of try and beat people at something, or beat yourself, or whatever, right?
So one of the reasons that I started my podcast, and the tagline is happy, healthy, and successful, is because I think all three of those things work together. It's a paradigm. I believe that you can be happy, but you can't be, as happy as you could be if you don't have your health and you don't feel successful, and vice versa. So what do you think is the biggest contributor to your continued success? Like you said, getting out of bed every morning and coming to the gym, it gives you a reason to get out every morning and come meet your friends and work hard and better yourself. Do you feel like what's the overall goal here? For what, do you have an end goal for what success looks like to you, or is just showing up every day?
Just showing up every day and like being consistent as a person, but then also just being able to sort of, like, right now I do work for my dad, so it's a pretty good situation, but being able to start doing things on my terms, like, I want to go work out today, I'm going to go work out today, and then I have these things that I need to do, like, sort of. And you obviously when you have a job, but find a job that you enjoy enough that it contributes to like those three things, right? And sometimes ideally that's what it is, but if you can't, if you're doing something that you don't enjoy, at least be the best damn janitor that you can possibly be, and then like from there, if you're the best at something, it's always nice to be the best at something, and then from there you can be happy and content with everything else. But I think, working hard and feeling like you've accomplished something at the end of the day every day, whether it's coming to the gym and like crushing a workout and then going to work and having a good day at work, you always feel a lot more accomplished than just like waking up at 9 or 10, like rolling out of bed, going to work, having sort of half-assed day at work, and then going home and be like, well, that was that.
It sounds like you've really taken ownership over your own healthiness, happiness, and success. Do you have a role model of somebody that amplifies those three things, or is it something that you've just sought out for yourself?
My dad is a pretty good role model, but I mean, he's not at like the extent that I'm at. Like he sort of runs his own business. It's a pretty big business, and so he's accountable to himself, which I like. He makes time, 2 or 3 times a week to work out, and like he's pretty happy and
He's
successful.
a pretty happy guy.
So in terms of that, and I even look at my grandfather, like my mom's dad. He's 83 or 84, and he still gets into the gym once a week. I think he still plays squash once a week.
Amazing.
And so you look at, and he's still, like arthritis and stuff is taking over. He's still healthy. And you look at him, and he's still strong. He's asking me about what weight I put up in the gym and what he does and stuff like that. So you're like, so you look at people like that where they're not letting age be a factor. And like he's 84 years old. And he's,
that's what I hope for myself.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like that's what we all hope for
I was just
ourselves.
showing Jordan, like there's a thing on the CrossFit Instagram, and they're like, guy's like 60 years old and he's like shredded and qualifying for the Masters and stuff like that. And you're like, oh well, that'd be nice.
It's amazing, and we see it in the gym, right? Because we see so many different people of all ages, all backgrounds, and you start to get skewed at what age actually means. Because you'll meet somebody in the gym who's 60, 65, and they're crushing it, and they're happy, and they're healthy, and they're successful, and they're so vibrant.
Mom,
I know, so vibrant. And then you go and you'll meet a 60-year-old maybe somewhere else, and they just seem so much older
because they let it catch up with them.
Yeah, they haven't prioritized those.
Like the Sports Illustrated swimsuit, like Christine Brinkley's in it. I was like, how? She's like 60, and she's like, you can't believe it. I mean, but like, it's just. So I think it's one of those things where it's what you make of it. Like as you age, like you can let it take. Like you can be like, oh, I'm too old to do that now. I'm too old to work out. Oh, that'll hurt. But once you get moving, and I can't say I'm not that old yet, but like once you're up and moving, and it's easier to get that momentum going. Like starting is hard and gaining that momentum, but once you got that momentum and you're going every day or every other day, and it becomes more of a habit and stuff like that. Like I think no matter what age you're at or what point in life, like I think it's easier to sustain once it becomes like more of a momentum and habit.
I totally agree. And I bet you've gotten this question because I get it all the time. Like, what's your secret, or what do you do? And I think a lot of people are expecting you to be like, I do this. Like it's this magic secret that nobody knows. I would say that for me, and knowing you, it's just showing up. It's just consistency, doing these seemingly small tasks every day that builds that momentum that you speak of, and all of a sudden it's just your life.
Yeah, you're in a routine. Yeah, you're in a routine. Like habits, I can't remember if it's like routine builds habit or habit builds routine, but it's like you sort of do all these things and make yourself do it, and then before you know it, you're like, why would I stop doing this? And like if I'm really tired, like between work and like when we first got the dog, like. You're up late and stuff like that, and we'd still wake up.
Easy to just stop.
Yeah, and you're like, well, no, I can't, because then you feel like you're missing something. And even like there are days where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna sleep in and then go to the gym after. You're like, you're sitting at work and you're like, okay, when can I get out here? I gotta go work out. Like it's you don't feel you get into that routine and the swing of things, and it's like I think it's important to
show up.
Show up, and then like even if you're tired, you show up. You're like and then you you wake up and start working out, and it's game time.
So I met you actually the very first CrossFit workout that you did. So I've seen your development, and it's been amazing. I've seen your physical changes, which I think is trumped by your mindset changes. And one of the biggest things I watched you do is start a company. I guess in summer of 2016, Canadian Barbell Company. What's going on with that?
Well, like I've been thinking about it since I started CrossFit, because I noticed like there are all these, there's like all these American brands where everyone wears them and they're so American made and everyone's so proud to wear them. And I was like, there's no Canadian equivalent. Like there's some local ones, like there's Badass Wad Wear and stuff like that, but there's no like, this is Canada. Like, this is who we are type thing. And so I've been rolling it around in my head for a while. And then one night when we were all together at James and Anna's, like we were all sort of talking about it. And then
just do it.
Yeah. So it came out, and so then I started getting the ball rolling on it, and I have a lot of support from my dad and you guys with it and stuff like that. So it's been pretty good. And over the winter, I lost a bit of momentum, but now I'm gearing up for spring and summer, and I'm lining up some stuff like vending at comps, and I'm involved in a pretty big one in Barrie right now. It's an Olympic lifting comp, powerlifting, strongman, and CrossFit all in one weekend. So that'll be a big one to be at.
I've noticed a number of different high-level athletes sporting your clothing line. So Nikki Matarazzo, who just finished 24th in Canada East, amazing. Ernesto, her teammate, they're both out of CrossFit Aurora Central. I've seen a bunch of power lifters, a bunch of football players, of course we're all supporting. So I can really see the momentum shifting for you.
It's just starting to get more recognition, which is nice. Like, it's just one of those things. It's like coming to the gym every day. It's like I sort of lost steam a little while ago, but then it's like, okay, well, if you're consistent at it every day, or I'm trying to post like every other day on Instagram and stuff like that, and you see that like it starts to build up. And for me, it was a steep, crazy learning curve, because I had got Instagram like 2 months before that, because you guys told me, because you guys told me to, and then so like I didn't know the first thing about it, and so I've sort of figured out the content and stuff like that. So it's just getting better, and as that gets better, I've noticed that you get a stronger engagement with other people and stuff like that.
Very cool. Well, I'm excited to see where it goes, because I think the name of it really speaks to, I mean, everybody who's involved, especially in CrossFit and powerlifting, Olympic lifting with the barbell, and plus like really good quality stuff too. So I'm really excited to see you going forward. I guess to finish up, your favorite motivational quote that gets you fired up, putting you on the spot here.
I used to, like, when I was in the summers, there's a few. There's like one's more recent and one's from like when I was playing football. Like I used to like just listen to Muhammad Ali's like videos of him just spewing out all that stuff, and I'd be like, let me show you how great I am. So I'd be working out and I'd be like losing momentum or something, and I'd just say it to myself to keep me going. But then I read this. I listened to an audiobook, Relentless, by Tim Grover. And it's just like talking about like the Michael Jordans, Kobe Bryant's, Dwayne Wade's, like the really elite level guys, and he calls them cleaners, and their attitude, and like so it's just like it's
okay.
And he's like, there's there are closers, coolers, and cleaners are like the unstoppable guys. And so it's like their attitude towards everything is like, I got this. And so for like when I was doing 17.3, like I got to the 185 barbell and I kept on missing, and then I just like got down and I was about to go, and I was like, I got this. And then I started hitting them a little bit, but like that's one of my things now. And like people will be like, "Whoa, are you sure?" And it's like, I got this. And so that's more like self-reassuring, being like, why wouldn't I have this? Like I've got this. So like you get in the gym, it's like, I got this. Like take a deep breath and go, like type thing.
I think there's so much carryover with training your mindset in the gym, 100%. Right? Not giving up in a 45-minute AMRAP, because you could give up at 40. No one's gonna know. Like, doesn't make any difference.
It doesn't make any difference to anyone else except you, and knowing that you stopped.
And then one of my favorite quotes is, how you do anything is how you do everything. So if you give up on that workout, what else are you giving up on?
Exactly. There'd be days where you're like, oh my gosh, like I can't believe there's 3 more rounds of this, and they're like, well, if I stop now, like what's the point? Yeah, that's good. So I think you have a really strong, you're strong physically, you're strong mentally, you really have put into place a lot of things to, fuel your happiness, fuel your health, and you're successful as it is, and you're only going to see, more continued success with all of those things. That's the goal.
Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. Cheers. Bye, guys. Oh, that was good.